Welcome back to the Meme Coin Mix. My name is James, and today we're going to do a quick temperature check on the meme coin market as we enter into this final, absolutely pivotal phase of the election in the United States. We're going to hopefully get some clarity by the end of the week in terms of how this actually plays out. But in the meantime, when we look at the meme coin market today, we are in red paint. We are down 3.3%, and the overall meme coin market is sitting just under 60 billion. Not surprising that we're in the red. If there's one thing that financial markets and crypto markets in general hate more than anything, it's uncertainty. And we are absolutely in the most uncertain phase of this whole election cycle that we are about to hopefully reach a conclusion to. So tomorrow is the final day of the election, and we will get some results. So where are we at? What do we think is going to happen here? And what will happen once we get some clarity? Doing a news scan recently, I came across the remarks of a hedge fund CEO that I felt captured the sentiment really well of where we're at heading into these final hours before the election becomes final. And I'm referring to Ken Griffin. He's the Miami CEO of a hedge fund called Citadel. And he was recently in Saudi Arabia on an investment panel at the Future Investment Initiative Summit. And he said, quote unquote, there are real issues with both candidates. Neither of the candidates are going to receive an award for the quality of their policies. And frankly, I think neither candidate is going to receive an award for the quality of their leadership. I think this is a deeply personal year for every American voter. He said, quote, I know who I'm going to vote for, but it's not with a smile on my face. But here's the key with respect to the meme coin market and asset prices. He said, quote unquote, big picture, the reduction in uncertainty is almost always positive for asset prices. We're at that moment of peak uncertainty. It is a race that Trump is favored to win, but it is almost a coin toss. Well, that coin is getting tossed this week. And once it lands, I think we are going to see a bump in asset prices. We're going to see a bump in the meme coin market. How big that bump is may depend on which candidate wins. Your mileage may vary on what that looks like. I would say the overall market sentiment is that a Trump victory would probably lead to the biggest bump in asset prices moving forward. Remains to be seen. We'll check back in shortly. Checking in now on the overall PolitiFi meme coin space. We are seeing a pretty healthy rebound in the last 24 hours. So the market cap of all PolitiFi meme coins sits at 690 million, which is up 6% in the last 24 hours. And trading volume is a robust almost 270 million in the last 24 hours. So there's a lot of interest in PolitiFi coins as we head into this last stage of the election. And not surprisingly, it's the Trump coins that are doing quite well. MAGA hat, Donald Trump on Solana, Super Trump, and Trump 47, which is one of the newer ones. It's the 47 ticker symbol on Solana. That's sitting at a 12.5 million market cap, and that coin has had a pretty decent run up in the last 24 hours, and even a shorter time frame, like 6 hours. 47 has been on quite a run, and there's Kamala Harris, which is a obviously Kamala Harris meme coin on Solana. That's been hanging in there okay, but obviously, Harris, not the most memeable candidate out there. Trump is really, really cleaning up here. And the PolitiFi coins with Trump are doing very, very well as we head into the final election day. We'll check in on how these are all looking next week once we get some clarity on who the next president actually is. For our next story on the Meme Coin Mix, we're going to touch on a Solana meme coin that's come to prominence in the last few days with the ticker symbol PNUT, P-N-U-T. And of course, that's referring to the pet squirrel of a man by the name of Mark Longo, who took to social media to tell the story of his pet squirrel's demise when the New York's Department of Environmental Conservation confiscated his pet squirrel to test for rabies and subsequently euthanized the squirrel. And the token itself was created on Pump Fun on Halloween on October 31st. And it was on November 2nd when the token itself really, after it went radium, really kind of went nuts, pun intended, when Elon Musk tweeted about it, saying that the government is a mindless and heartless killing machine, quote unquote. And that was on November 2nd at 12:30 in the afternoon. And at that point, the token went pretty high. It hit eventually 145 million market cap. And today it's retreated significantly as early adopters of this coin are taking profits, and it's now down to about a 40 million market cap coin. But this is an interesting story, and it's an interesting, I think, token to look at as far as how something goes viral. Like, what is that trajectory? What does it really look like? And if you look at the Google Trends, you can see that it started to trend up right around Halloween. So it was around 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time that this token was created on Pump Fund. It only sat on the bonding curve for about 15, 20 minutes. And then it went radium. And it kind of went sideways at that point until Elon Musk tweeted about it. And so the interesting part about this in terms of the life of a meme coin and how it starts is, the fact that this was a story that somebody recognized this story, a dev recognized this story and saw the mimetic energy that this story could potentially have. And, it's sort of like the match and the Tinder. And Elon Musk, of course, is like a walking, essentially tinderbox for viral memes. And so all of the foundations of a successful meme coin were there with this story. And essentially this dev almost counted on at some point this would become a viral meme. And it, didn't take that long in the grand scheme of things, about 72 hours. And when Elon Musk tweeted about it and Donald Trump mentioned it, it caught fire. And so it immediately had that pump up to about 145 million market cap. And like I said, now it's retreated down to 40 million. But it is an interesting case study to look at in terms of what are the markers of a meme coin that can become successful, i.e. hit 100 million market cap, even if it's for a short period of time, how it has that run up and what kind of things do you look for in a story for that to happen. And obviously we're in this political cycle and this is government overreach, and it sort of like had all of the key markers, to really catch viral fire in a very short period of time. For those that did catch it on the bonding curve, for example, you can see here for 4 sol or a little over 4 sol, someone picked up 14 million PNUT, which if you sold, even if it wasn't at the height at like 14 cents, but you sold at 10 cents, you turned 4 sol into, about $1 million. So like that's obviously a huge payday for somebody if they managed to hold that long, which they probably didn't. Let's be honest. Most people don't hold these things for very long. They take profits much sooner than that. But again, there's a lot of opportunity if you can find the right mimetic energy, essentially, at a very, very early stage. Beeple, less than 12 hours ago, tweeted out an image like he does every single day with a squirrel and Donald Trump riding the squirrel. So very clearly, he says Trump storming Capitol with PNUT as plan B. So it's really gaining some viral traction now. We'll revisit PNUT because it'll be interesting to see now that it had its major pump and had its retraction after the profit taking. It'll be interesting to see how much actual staying power this kind of meme has going forward. Can this story, can this meme coin PNUT maintain its momentum and grow from here? Or is this just a quick, news cycle? It comes and it goes, and this eventually, goes into oblivion and obscurity going forward. We'll see. We'll check back in it on another episode. For our final story today, I want to touch on NFTs. NFTs, the NFT market in general, has been hit really, really hard in 2024. Been on significant decline almost all year. However, October, we saw an increase. We saw an increase in sales. We saw an increase in transactions for the first time in quite a while, since early spring. So what did that mean? Well, there were $356 million in NFT sales in October. That's an 18% increase from September. And we also saw 7.2 million transactions in October, which is a 42% increase from September. So a real uptick in activity, a real uptick in sales in NFTs. Solana-based NFTs in particular had a 30-day sales volume of 67 million, which is up 19% from the previous month. And Solana is now the second biggest blockchain for NFT activity, thanks to platforms like Magic Eden and various others that are gaining traction. And Solana is very close to hitting 6 billion in total NFT sales, which is pretty impressive. In addition to that, just today, the CEO of OpenSea has tweeted out about a brand new OpenSea coming in December. He says, and I quote, "We've been quietly cooking at OpenSea. To really innovate, sometimes you have to take a step back and reimagine everything. So we built a new OpenSea from the ground up, sales up in December. A new OpenSea is coming December 2024, and there's a link to join a waitlist, opensea.io/waitlist, if you want to become the first to know about when the new OpenSea actually launches. OpenSea, of course, embattled, got a Wells notice from the SEC in August, and there's been some talk about whether the SEC was going to go after NFT projects, saying that they're unregistered securities. A lot of, let's just say, clouds around the NFT marketplace, and perhaps that's a big reason why there's been a big downturn. However, we'll see. There's been an uptick in activity, there's been an uptick in transactions, and now we're going to see a brand new OpenSea, a reimagined OpenSea, and who knows what that's going to look like. We'll see how big those changes are, and we'll revisit that when the new OpenSea launches in December. Thank you for watching and listening to the Meme Coin Mix. Please like, subscribe, and follow wherever you see or hear this. It really helps us grow the Meme Coin Mix as well as build awareness for meme coins in general. Much appreciated. We can be found, of course, on Apple and Spotify in podcast form, as well as on YouTube at Meme Coin Mix, and of course on X at Meme Coin Mix. Thank you so much. Happy meme trading, my friends. I'll catch you in the next video.